I'm taking you with me to drive a Porsche 917K. This has been a long time in the making. I need to introduce you to my friend Brock first to give you some context on how we ended up in this position to drive this one-of-a-kind car that has the craziest road presence of anything I've ever seen in my life of being into cars for a very long time. This is my friend Brock. Brock and I met when I was in college. I was a kid with a camera who just started a YouTube channel that was obsessing over cars and just had gotten into it. This guy had a GTR in my apartment complex with limo tinted windows. I walk up to it, rolls down the window. There is a giant man who's an NFL player with a mullet that is super scary looking. And I'm like, gulp. Hi, my name's Cam. Can I take pictures of your GTR? And he's like, hell yeah, brother. And we've been best friends ever since. And he's living in South Carolina now, building a ranch called Bent Horn Ranch. And that's where we are right now. A little more. That's good. I flew from Arizona to South Carolina for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to drive the car that won the 24-hour of Le Mans in 1971. This is a Porsche 917KH with the Martini livery. So Brock ordered this replica of this Porsche 917 with the Martini livery, the wings, the craziest looking car 6 years ago. This is the unit.
There you go, bud.
Oh my god. Dude, it's so short.
Right?
It's so small. Bro. It's so much cooler in person, dude.
Right?
How do you even get in? Bro, what is this thing, bro?
It's a race car.
Bro, what the?
You gotta shoot the legs down, yep. That's how it's supposed to be.
Imagine driving this. I've never in my life seen a cockpit like this.
Ignition, the key. Check, give it a second.
Fuel?
Yeah, now fuel.
What else?
That's it, hit start.
Dude. It didn't exactly show up drivable, and I'm more of the mechanic of the friend here, and even more so, you don't see these cars anywhere, so there's no concept of size, and come to find out, Brock actually does not fit in this car, so I'm the only one that can drive it. A car that is super duper fragile. How tall is this thing?
It's 36 inches.
You can see how short it is, and Brock and I are close to the same height, but you're an ex-NFL player and I'm a skinny camera nerd.
Fair enough.
So I happen to fit in a Porsche 917, but Brock does not, unfortunately.
We tried our best, but I say it tops out, what, 6'2"?
Yeah, I'm 6'1", and I think there's maybe an inch.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. For me, at 6'4", there's no luck.
Yeah, his head hits the paneling.
Convertible.
Yeah.
First ever convertible 917.
Chop top 917.
I like it.
Cowboy hat out the top.
Could be a thing.
Could be a thing. So we can't drive it. He doesn't fit. That's where I come into play. Would I be here regardless? Yes, but I just happen to be put in the hot seat. So here we are about me driving this thing and me helping getting it running with Brock. We're live. We're dual mic'd up. We've upgraded since last time we hung out. Got your coffee at 11:06 because we're about to get fired up.
Oh, it's fun.
We're gonna
Builds character.
We're not sleeping tonight because this thing's road bound.
You wait 6 years, they deliver you a car that don't run, and you don't fit in. We're gonna figure it out one way or another. The Bent Horn Ranch 2023 edition.
Yeah. Got our Mighty Vac, can't live without it, and enough .4 for about 6 vehicles.
Yeah, buddy.
Night one, after seeing the car, assessing what's going on, it's late, I'm motivated, let's get straight to work, let's figure out what's going on. We got the Willwood pedal set up, brakes are working good. I sent some text messages to some friends who are building race cars and such to help me get my head around what's going on. What I'm looking at, there's residual valves on the brakes, there's not one on the clutch. The clutch won't hold. It'll build pressure and then it loses it, so I'm thinking there's air going into the line. We can't figure it out. I figure out where the bleeder valve is. on the slave cylinder on the back of the car. So the reservoir is on the very front, super low, and then the slave cylinder is all the way in the back of the car in the transmission that is also very low. And I'm pretty sure that the slave cylinder is actually higher than the reservoir, which is a problem when bleeding hydraulic systems, as you know, if I didn't just get that backwards. Well, that's not the brake.
Oh, progress!
So we end night 1 at trying to bleed it, won't hold pressure, go to bed, wake up, day 2, clear mind, clear head. I think we got this. What we ended up having to do was, once I got comfortable with the setup, went ahead and unbolted the slave cylinder from the transmission in the back, raised it as high as I could with the line that was available to get it to the highest point. Brock put a bunch of pressure, held it, opened the bleed screw on the slave cylinder, bled it. It actually bled all the air out finally. Then I held it all together. We slid it back in the transmission, bolted up, and now our clutch is working and it's drivable, and I can get in this thing and we can see it on the road. Since it's the most insane road presence vehicle shape ever, we wanted to see it on the road and take it on one drive.
Must be nice.
Oh, that feels like a clutch pedal, baby. I feel like the brakes could be bled.
Coming down. You're good.
Dude, the clutch feels nice too.
Good.
Feels good, folks. Feels good.
All right, there she goes.
First time leaving under its own power?
Yeah.
First time seeing her in the sun?
Yeah.
What you think?
She's pretty.
Looks cool in front of a barn.
It does. Throws it off.
It really does.
It's like supposed to be in a museum, not in bum South Carolina.
This is an iconic photo right here for Bent Horn Ranch.
Oh, wait, I gotta get the cowboy hat for this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a photo of you.
Dude, that thing is beautiful. It is just beautiful.
This is the site.
It is beautiful. It's just crazy. You got to think 1970, right? 1970. When Ford was looking all whack, Chevy was a couple nice Chevys, but this thing was just in a world of its own.
I feel like it's getting kind of normal-ish to us. That it's like, oh, it's just here, but it's like, it's literally out of this world.
All you gotta do is go to bed though. You wake up in the morning and you're like, hot damn, that thing's in the garage. But this is about art. This isn't just about cars, it's about art. And so going back into the actual like history, like if you look at Ford versus Ferrari and you look at the 66 GT40 and then you look at the, 330 P4 and you look at all that, like this is the car that knocked them off the podium. Like Ford versus Ferrari, great movie. They had a great story, but this is the car that knocked them off the podium, that enabled Porsche to win, however many straight Le Mans that they won. So it's for them to get creative, to learn the history. It looks like a missile. Like it does not look like a car. It's a spaceship. Shout out Elon Musk.
So now that we know we can drive it, we're like, holy crap, this thing is so sketchy to drive because you have no mirrors. It didn't cross Brock's mind in building it to put mirrors on it. This is a race car. It really far stretch, but we had to drive to town to get gas. We wanted to see if there was any suction cup mirrors at like the hardware stores or anything like for a bicycle or something, so that it's not super scary to drive, because this is a very expensive vehicle that you don't want to mess up. No luck there. We got gas, so we ended up having Brock go in front of me on his Harley, but first we had to get out of this steep driveway, which we were concerned that the car was too low. As you can see, there's exactly 4 fingers of clearance on the front fiberglass, and you don't want to mess that up. It's not exactly the most level either. All right, we'll see if we can make it up the driveway. I need gas. We got it up, we got it running. Yeesh. Do the lights look cool?
Yeah, it's just the bottom ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, there you go. There you go.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's dirty.
Oh, that's awesome. This is a whole different photo shoot right here.
Right?
Wow. So the dash lights, when these come on, the running lights come on. Wow.
It's there, bud. It's there.
We ended day 2, made it in the garage. We're gonna get some gas and then go drive it. We're fueled up. The race car ignition is on the outside. We're gonna do a little brake test. Make sure it's even safe, if we should even drive it. Okay, so fuel pump's going. Neutral. Like, it stops it. It lets me build pressure, and then if I want to push to the floor, it goes, eek.
Okay, so it stops.
I'm trusted enough to at least enter the road. All right, I'll let you get in front of me. I'm like nervous. This is not chill. This is like so ridiculous. I'm putting this on. At this point, I'm a little nervous. The whole thing is fiberglass. It's super sensitive. It's super rickety. It's very raw in like the best way possible. It needs a shakedown. It needs to be put on a lift. Check every nut and bolt. But we just wanted to cruise it down the road because it's gonna be parked and be kept in pristine condition for the next owner. And I'm very nervous here because one little hit of that fiberglass front end on the asphalt would just shatter. It would splinter the fiberglass. It would look bad. Not chill. You know, bolts could come out. It hasn't had a shakedown yet. It's very, very tense, and it's a very expensive car, and it has a lot of sounds going on that are not normal car sounds, and you have to make sure you're not doing anything. I'm watching temp, I'm watching oil pressure, making sure everything's good and that I don't hit any bumps in the road I shouldn't. And it's so hard to see. The 360 camera on the front makes this car look huge inside. It is so small. I barely fit in there. The things like right here, I like can't look around. You can't see behind you at all. So like a car could be waiting. I can roll back. All right, second gear. Test the brakes. Okay, brakes work. Brakes work. I'm hearing things. I'm not usually the guinea pig for a car that has never seen the road before, especially when you can't see behind you out of. And so every time I would get on the gas, the car would pick up immediately because it weighs nothing. It's over 500 horsepower. The wheels on the back are insane. And the car would just jump out and barely getting on the throttle. Like it's probably 3,500 RPM in the V8 and it's just like, whoa. And I'm like, holy crap, this thing could get going so crazy. I don't want to find out if something could go wrong.
The road feels like nothing else in this car. It takes every little bump different than a normal car. This is like nothing else. Like, what's that noise? Is that just like rocks? Ah, the glare is so bad.
So I'm just soaking up cruising, letting Brock look at it. He got some shots on his iPhone. We were just like, wow, this is a crazy vehicle that is on the road. And as much as I wish we could get on it, one, it wouldn't be safe, it wouldn't be wise. Why ruin the value when Brock can't even enjoy it himself? So keeping it pristine for the next owner. And I hope that they do a shakedown on this thing, check every nut and bolt, and just rip this thing and go. Like, it will blow people's minds in person. It will break more necks than any car ever. It looks like a real life Batmobile with a way cooler paint job. This is the rawest car I've ever been in. That's it. I'm back in Phoenix. 6 years in the making. Didn't turn out like we thought. Not the story we thought it would be. Not the situation we thought it would be. But a little bit of an experience getting the car up and going. Driving it, seeing it on the road, just to say we did, to say we saw it on the road, to see how it took up like the whole lane. You could see the wings and the color and the paint and different sun and a sunset shoot, a daytime, the drone. Definitely Brock's bucket list that he brought me along for, along with not only building his ranch, but a car like this that I'm so thankful for him for. And he's been such an amazing friend to me. Outside of all materialistic things, Brock's got my back more than any friend I've had. So thank you, Brock, for the good time. Bent Horn Ranch has a lot to offer, and Brock wants to show you around. So I have this video right here. It's an introduction to Bent Horn Ranch, a little tour. Everything he's building custom. He's into the same things we are, and much more. Check it out right here. You won't want to miss out. what happens at Benton Ranch moving forward.